Instructor Ma. Welcome to the World Hapkido News Show, your complete resource for Hapkido news, events, and entertainment. Before we get started, remember to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notifications when we post new videos like this one. Now on with the show.
Welcome to the World Hapkido News Show. Hello friends, I'm Richard Hackworth, President of the USA Hapkido Union. And today, I'm here to talk about Hapkido as I see it. So, what is Hapkido? Hapkido is the art of coordinated power. By definition, Hapkido is a sophisticated and comprehensive Korean martial art, characterized by its hybrid nature, combining elements of grappling, joint locks, strikes, and throws. Unlike many martial arts that focus primarily on one distance or type of engagement, Hapkido is designed to provide a complete defensive system across all ranges of combat. 1. The facts about its historical origins and Choi Young-sool. The foundation of modern Hapkido is credited to Choi Young-sool, 1899 to 1986, who developed it based on his knowledge of Japanese Daito-ryu. The history of the art is deeply intertwined with the geopolitical shifts of the early 20th century. The Daito-ryu connection. As a child, Choi was taken to Japan during the Japanese occupation of Korea. He spent several decades living and training in the household of Takeda Sokaku, the head of Daito-ryu Aiki Jujutsu. This art focused heavily on utilizing an attacker's momentum and applying intricate joint manipulations. Return to Korea. Following the end of World War II in 1945, Choi returned to Korea. In the city of Daegu, he began teaching what he initially called Young-sool, soft art. His system was a refined version of the techniques he learned in Japan, adapted to the Korean cultural context, and combined with indigenous Korean kicking and striking methods. Over time, through collaboration with students like Ji Han-jae and Soo Bok-sub, the name Hapkido was adopted. 2. The basic philosophy. Hap, Ki, and Do. The name Hapkido provides the blueprint for its underlying philosophy. Each character represents a pillar of the practice. Hap, meaning harmony, coordination, or joining. This refers to the synchronization of the practitioner's mind and body, as well as the harmony between the practitioner and the opponent's energy. Ki, meaning internal energy, spirit, or vital force. In Hapkido, represents both the physical breath and the focused power directed through technique. Do, meaning the way or the path. This signifies the lifelong journey of self-improvement, discipline, and ethical living. Combined, Hapkido translates to the way of coordinated power. The goal is not to clash with force, but to blend with it, redirecting an attacker's aggression to neutralize the threat. 3. The three foundational principles. While Hapkido contains thousands of techniques, they are all governed by three core physical principles. 1. Hwa, non-resistance/harmony. One does not meet force with force. If pushed, the Hapkidoist pulls. If pulled, the Hapkidoist pushes. By remaining relaxed and soft, the practitioner can sense the opponent's intent and redirect it. 2. 1. The circle. Hapkido techniques move in circular patterns. The circle allows for the redirection of linear force. By moving in an arc or orbit, the practitioner gains centrifugal force and avoids the point of impact of a strike or grab. 3. U. The water principle. Like water that flows around a rock or eventually wears it down, the Hapkidoist is fluid and adaptable. Water is soft, but possesses immense power when channeled. Hapkido practitioners aim to be equally persistent and adaptable in their defense. 4. The System of 36 Principles. Choi Young-sool's original system was famously based upon 36 core principles. Rather than simply memorizing 3,600 individual techniques, Choi emphasized principles-based teaching. The methodology. In this system, a student learns a root principle, such as a specific way to rotate the wrist or shift the center of gravity, and then explores how that single principle can be applied to dozens of different scenarios. For example, against a wrist grab, a punch, a lapel grab, or a kick. Why 36? The number 36 is often seen as symbolic in Eastern philosophy, representing a complete cycle or all-encompassing nature. These principles cover joint manipulation, utilizing the anatomy of the body to create leverage. Pressure points, Kyusho, targeting vital areas to weaken the opponent's nervous system. Leverage and balance, breaking the opponent's dead line, their center of balance. Redirection, converting linear attacks into circular movements. By mastering these 36 principles, a Hapkido practitioner develops the ability to improvise in combat. They do not need to remember a specific move A for attack B. Instead, they apply a principle that fits the geometry of the encounter. 5. Components of training. A typical Hapkido curriculum includes Danjon Ho Hoop, special abdominal breathing exercises to develop ki. Nakbyop, falling, techniques to hit the ground safely from any angle. Chagi, kicking, including low-level joint kicks and high-level spinning kicks. Hoshinsul, self-defense. The core soft techniques involving joint locks and throws. Weaponry. Advanced students learn the short stick, danbong, cane, jipangi, and rope or belt. Even today, Hapkido remains one of the most effective and intellectually stimulating martial arts in the world. Through the legacy of Choi Young-sool, it maintains a unique balance between the hard, striking, and soft, grappling aspects of combat. By focusing on principles rather than just rote memorization, Hapkido provides its practitioners with a universal key to understanding human movement and self-preservation. Up next, we will have some video demonstrations, some Hapkido self-defense techniques. I personally invite you to check out our daily posts and content at facebook.com/USA Hapkido Union.
Hi folks, Steve O'Keefe here. Welcome to video number 10 of this sequence. On this one we're going to talk about performance aspects of board breaking. Now, this is a great one because I've been across the world. I've been on demo teams for breaking, I've been on demo teams for some jiu-jitsu stuff that I did in the past, years and years ago. But when you've got to perform in front of people, there's an extra element of anxiety, nervousness, it's all there. I talked about it briefly in the last video, but I'm going to pick one of the demos we did in London with my dad, and we had about 150 people in the room, and he called out. So at the time, I wasn't even a black belt. I was the belt just below black belt, and we had two senior black belts there to tell him, and he called him out, and he said, "Okay, guys, break one." So he had this thing. We used to use London bricks. They were fantastic. The bricks, 7.5 inches long, 3 inches thick, and 2.5 inches, 3 inches wide, 2.5 inches thick. Fantastic brick because when they break, they tend to shoot off the plate. Okay, we used to use a metal plate. So the two black belts are out and he's getting them to do different breaks. Boom, 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 boom. Then he says, "Okay, Keith, out you come." Because he had this thing, if you were breaking and the brick was only just breaking and sitting there, it wasn't good enough for a demo. It didn't look good enough for a demo. He wanted you to hit it with such ferocity that you would blow it off the plate and it would make people go, "Oh, wow," So I remember coming out as a junior grade, as I call it at the time, because the black belts were performing. But now as they're performing, they weren't shooting a break off the plate, so I had to come out with my turn. My first demo, properly breaking. And I remember the nerves, I remember everything. But I then decided I was going to use that energy. Instead of using it negatively, I'm going to take it, I'm going to use the energy of the room. And I suddenly took a breath, calmed myself down, and nothing could go wrong. Everything on the day, I must have performed half a dozen breaks. Everything went brilliantly. I even had a headbutt break. Everything just went perfect on the day. Because I used that energy. I took that thing, so that was maybe early, mid-90s. Yeah, about mid-90s I think. 95-ish. So that was around then. Then, fast forward to 2007, I'm in my first competition in the US Open, Orlando. And I had to take that energy. That room was full, I was on a stage, I had to break, I was tired from the day before. I said, no, don't let it negatively impact you. Take the energy. Take it, use it. I hit a great shot, everything went well. Didn't win, but felt I'd done exactly what I needed to do. People remembered me. The following year when I went back, they went, oh, we met you last year, you know. So that was my little aspect of performance breaking. Now, throughout the years, since 2006 maybe, we've done that much performance breaking, trying to help promote breaking in Ireland, trying to help promote my style of breaking in America, and helping show people why I can break day in, day out, without hesitation, without hassle, with no aches and pains, because the conditioning regime is perfect. The conditioning regime works, and I keep it up daily. It is a commitment. It's a lifelong commitment. It's a habit now. If I don't condition every day, I feel like something's wrong. You know, it's kind of like breathing. I just have to do it. It's just NO. My wife would tell you, no matter what happens, I'm in the garden conditioning or I'm somewhere conditioning. So, in front of people, you can get all, your chest fills with air, and this is what I said about earlier, breathing. So relaxing the breath, breathing to the pit of your stomach, using the energy, not negatively, but positively, and helping to perform. It's one of the best things out there, you know. I know performing in front of anybody, whether it's fighting, doing forms, katas, whatever you want to call them. To me, breaking in front of people is fantastic because you can feel the energy of the crowd. You can feel that people are going, oh, is he really going to get through this? You know, you do something a little bit out of the ordinary, a little bit different. As I said, I love doing advanced breaks. I love doing unusual breaks. I have fantastic videos, I have fantastic moments, I have fantastic memories of when I perform a break that's unusual, maybe hasn't been seen before, and you manage to pull it off, and it works. And suddenly you hear people, oh, but that feeling, that energy, that positivity that you can take from it. And if you're conditioning correctly, if you are doing your regimes correctly, if you are performing for people, it can be one of the best feelings out there. But it's, the key message in this one is don't let that anxiety and that nervousness take over in a negative way. Breathe deep, take control, use it as a positive, okay? Because those positives are what give you the edge and keep you sharp. You know, you can ask the best pro fighter out there, if he's not anxious or nervous going into a ring or a cage or whatever, he's not really living, okay? So that energy must be used as a positive, okay? Hopefully some of these videos have made sense to you guys. Feel free to get in touch. I will post all my details. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Grandmaster Jay Janot. I'm the Vice President of the USA Hapkido Union. As the Vice President of the USA Hapkido Union and the founder of Jae-Moo Kwan Hapkido, I've had the honor of guiding countless students on their journey. Today, I will be your guide and share with you a simple but powerful lesson about Hapkido. Today's lesson is 5 ways Hapkido breathing improves your health. In the Korean martial art of Hapkido, physical techniques like joint locks and throws are only half of the equation. The foundation of our Jae-mu-kwan Hapkido lies in Ki Kong, internal energy work, and Dan-jun Ho-hyup, lower abdominal breathing. Unlike shallow chest breathing common in modern stressful environments, Hapkido emphasizes deep, rhythmic breaths that originate from the Dan-jun, a point roughly 2 inches below the navel. While these exercises were traditionally designed to develop martial power and resilience, modern science and holistic health practitioners have identified 5 primary ways these breathing techniques significantly improve your overall health. 1. Radical reduction of cortisol and stress. The most immediate benefit of Dan-jun breathing is the activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system. When you breathe deeply into the lower abdomen, you stimulate the vagus nerve, which sends a signal to the brain to lower heart rates and inhibit the production of cortisol. Regular practice trains the body to remain calm under pressure, effectively lowering chronic stress levels and reducing the risk of stress-related illnesses like hypertension and heart disease. 2. Enhanced oxygen saturation and respiratory efficiency. Most people utilize only the upper third of their lung capacity. Hapkido breathing forces the diaphragm to drop lower, fully expanding the lungs and encouraging gas exchange in the lower lobes where blood flow is most prominent. This increases the amount of oxygen delivered to the bloodstream and vital organs. Over time, this improves aerobic capacity and respiratory endurance, making everyday physical tasks feel less taxing. 3. Strengthening the core and internal organs. Dan-jun breathing is a physical workout for the deep core muscles. The rhythmic expansion and contraction of the abdominal wall act as a soft massage for the internal organs. This internal movement promotes better digestion, stimulates lymphatic drainage, and strengthens the transverse abdominis, the body's natural weight belt. A stronger internal core provides better support for the spine, often alleviating chronic lower back pain. 4. Improved mental clarity and focus. In Hapkido, breathing is used to unify the mind and body. By focusing entirely on the rhythm of the breath, practitioners enter a meditative state known as mindfulness in motion. This practice increases blood flow to the prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain responsible for executive function and emotional regulation. Frequent practitioners often report a sharper mental state, improved memory, and a greater ability to focus on complex tasks for longer periods. 5. Optimized posture and structural alignment. You cannot perform Hapkido breathing correctly with poor posture. The technique requires a straight spine, tucked chin, and relaxed shoulders. By practicing these exercises daily, you develop muscle memory for proper skeletal alignment. This reduces the strain on neck and shoulder muscles caused by tech neck and sedentary desk work, leading to better balance and a more confident, upright physical presence. In closing, I want you to understand that Hapkido breathing is more than a preparation for combat. It is a comprehensive system for internal maintenance. By dedicating just 10 minutes a day to Dan-jun Ho-hyup, you can bridge the gap between physical fitness and mental well-being, cultivating a ki that supports a long, vibrant, and healthy life. Thank you for watching today's show. I look forward to meeting you in person at one of our events soon.
Welcome to this month's lesson for championship training. I'm your host, Grandmaster Shane Miller. I am the coach for the USA Hapkido Union team. I hope that you will apply this lesson to your own life and training. Today's topic is developing a pre-competition routine. As Grandmaster and coach of the USA Hapkido Union national team, I have watched countless athletes step onto the mat. The difference between those who merely participate and those who achieve triumph rarely comes down to raw talent alone. It is found in the discipline of the preparation, the clarity of the mind, and the integrity of the spirit. Hapkido is the way of coordinated power. In competition, that coordination must extend beyond your techniques to every facet of your lifestyle. Here is the plan for developing a pre-competition routine. Mental and physical preparation. A champion's performance begins weeks before the first whistle. Physical preparation must transition from general skill building to sport-specific conditioning. This means high-intensity interval training, HIIT, that mimics the explosive bursts of a Hapkido match, and refining your bread-and-butter techniques until they are reflexive. Mentally, you must cultivate Musashin, the warrior mind. Visualization. Spend 10 minutes daily visualizing your entrance, your favorite throws, and your hand speed. The anchor. Develop a physical trigger, like tightening your belt or a specific breathing pattern that signals to your brain it is time to perform. Weight management and cutting strategies for safe and effective weight loss. In the USA Hapkido Union, we prioritize the longevity of our athletes. Drastic crash cuts lead to diminished strength and increased injury risk. The 5% rule. Aim to be within 5% of your competition weight 2 weeks out. Nutrition. Transition to high protein, moderate fat, and low glycemic carbohydrates. Hydration. Never restrict water until the final 24 hours, and even then, do so under strict supervision. A dehydrated brain is a vulnerable brain. 1. We win through superior physics and energy, not by starving our potential. Managing competition day stress techniques for staying calm and focused. The tunnel vision and racing heart of competition day are not signs of weakness. They are signs that your body is fueled by adrenaline. The goal is not to eliminate stress, but to channel it. Box breathing. Use a 4-second inhale, 4-second hold, 4-second exhale, and 4-second hold to regulate the autonomic nervous system. Control the controllables. Focus on your warm-up and your strategy, not the size of your opponent or the crowd. If you control your breath, you control the match. Post-competition analysis. Learning from victories and defeats. The mat is our greatest teacher. Win or lose, every match provides a technical audit. The 24-hour rule. Allow yourself 24 hours to celebrate a win or mourn a loss. After that, we return to the data. Video review. Watch your footage objectively. Did you overextend? Did you miss a transition from a strike to a joint lock? The growth mindset. A gold medal can hide flaws, and a loss can reveal the path to mastery. We do not lose, we either win or we learn. The importance of sportsmanship. Representing your art with integrity. As members of the national team, you are ambassadors of Hapkido. Your conduct reflects on your dojang, your coach, and the United States. Respect the officials. They are the guardians of the rules that keep the sport fair. Honor the opponent. Without them, you have no way to test your skill. Bow deeply, win with humility, and lose with dignity. True Hapkido excellence is not found in a trophy, but in the character of the person holding it. We train to be formidable on the mat and exemplary off it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for your support.
Hi folks, Steve Hapkido, joined tonight by Gavin. We're in the corridor here in the school hall where we teach, and decided I'd bring you out here for some close quarter stuff. Just an idea about your surroundings and understanding your surroundings, and we're going to work on some basic stuff, but the idea is that I'm going to put Gavin this side actually, because I'm afraid of the wall stuff. So if we're in a situation and Gavin starts to become aggressive, so as he becomes aggressive, 2 hands are on my chest anyway, secure one of the hands, come through the middle. This is where I'm going to use some of my iron finger from the stuff I do. 2 fingers straight into his windpipe, and now I push back against the wall. Now, depending on how I want to hold Gavin, I can push downwards to put him on the ground. I can lift upwards just to hold him in position. But basically what I've done is I've secured his hand, because I don't want Gavin trying to hurt me and hit me. If I try and get rid of his hand, he can now come back as a defensive strike. So I want to secure his hand. So again, we're in this situation. Gavin grabs my chest. First one locks on. Second one, I'm using 2 fingers straight into that little hollow in his throat. As it pushes in, you can see it starts to change Gavin's face. Pushing him back against the wall, I can either lift him up or I can push him down, depending on what way I push my fingers. Okay?
I'm Instructor Ma, and along with your show hosts and sponsors, we thank you for watching today's show. Be sure to share this with your friends, subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss a single exciting episode. You can visit our sponsors by the following links in the video descriptions.